FA Cup final day has arrived and Manchester United have one last chance to finish this season with a piece of silverware. Jose Mourinho will come up against his former side Chelsea at Wembley, and he will be hoping to continue his great record of cup final wins, having won 12 of his last 14, and to secure his third United title, having won the League Cup and Europa League last season. Romelu Lukaku faces a late fitness test ahead of the game after spending time in Belgium to recover from an injury he picked up against Arsenal. Mourinho could not confirm if he would be available to start against his former side and explained a decision would be made last minute. Mourinho did confirm David De Gea would be starting ahead of Sergio Romero. Stick with us as we bring you the team news and action live from Wembley. 15,516 Kieran Kelly. Today's game surely marks the last time Antonio Conte and Jose Mourinho will come up against each other in English football. And the Premier League has rarely seen a rivalry heat up and burn out so quickly. Remarkably, the pair somehow avoided each other on the touchline until they finally met at Stamford Bridge in October 2016, and Conte led a merry dance down the touchline. Numerous incidents since spring to mind. Mourinho kicking a ball in his general direction, Conte saying he did not want a Mourinho season in his second campaign, Mourinho referencing Conte's hair transplant and match-fixing charge, Conte saying Mourinho had dementia senile, the little man jibe. The list goes on, but they have firmly buried the hatchet. A cool handshake before the team's last game was followed by a chat in Mourinho's office post-match. The fireworks will instead be on the pitch this evening. 16:13 Team news expected any minute. 16:02 The ground is slowly filling up. 16:02 James Robson pleased to hear Mourinho say De Gea would be in goal today. Common sense has prevailed, regardless of his comments about Romero's rhythm. United have the best goalkeeper in the world. To leave him on the bench for the one game in which they could win silverware would be madness. 16:01 Samuel Luckhurst. United supporters are singing about Antonio Conte wearing a wig outside Wembley, I'm informed. That chant has been aired before but might be louder today. One line and it is, frankly, slanderous but funny. Some of the Chelsea players are striding across the turf, including the injured Ethan Ampadu. United are definitely here, but only Lingard has emerged from the tunnel. 15:53 Samuel Luckhurst. So who will be the sixth to miss out? Joel Pereira has to be one and Lukaku could be out altogether. Then you're maybe looking at Daily Blind, Luke Shaw, Scott McTominay and possibly Marcos Rojo. Mourinho will want to have two defenders on the bench, a midfielder, probably Fellaini, and attacking options in Mata and Martial. 15:52 United aren't giving anything away by hanging every shirt up in the dressing room. The sight of some shirts will provide a pang of regret for the 6 players who do not make the match-day squad. It's quite cruel, in a way, but makes for an evocative image of the Wembley dressing room. 15:52 Kieran Kelly. Alvaro Morata and Romelu Lukaku both proved the match winners the previous times these teams met, but today could be the first time that neither player starts against the club they seemed destined to join last summer. Arguably, United will miss their number 9 more, and they have not looked the same team since Lukaku limped off against Arsenal. Morata, the definition of a confident player, has scored just 3 goals this year and seen Olivier Giroud take his place. Lukaku, on the other hand, had been directly involved in 37 goals before his injury. One of the Belgians' teammates maybe have to be the hero today. 1541 Bale is ready. 1533 Samuel Luckhurst Lukaku is regarded as a flat-track bully, and the optimistic United supporter might suggest he is no loss today. Only the irony is he performed extremely well against Chelsea in February, scoring one and assisting the other in the 2-1 win. He is a more robust striker than Rashford and, most importantly, a more reliable goalscorer. Unless Rashford produces a bolt from the blue type of a performance, United are likely to miss Lukaku. 1530 Kieran Kelly United have been based at their London hotel since Wednesday evening, and Jose Mourinho will have not needed to say much to motivate his side ahead of a season-defining fixture. One of the open secrets of Mourinho's success throughout the years is how he approaches a final in the same manner he would a third-round clash with Derby County, taking the pressure off his players in the process. But there is a common thread throughout his time with Porto, Chelsea, Inter, Real Madrid and United, enjoying the celebrations rather than the final itself. Doing whatever it takes, personnel or philosophy-wise, to get the win. Jose is very experienced and he's played many finals during the course of his career. It is very important to have him and his team in this kind of situation. He knows what we have to do, midfielder Nemanja Matic said in the program. 1522 Samuel Luckhurst lingered, played up front at West Ham in what was an identical role to the one he started in against Chelsea a year ago. That might have been a warm-up for today's game, so he ensures Rashford does not get isolated as the lone striker. Lingard's intuitive movement is one of his biggest assets, and United will need some unpredictability about them against three centre-halves. 1520 James Robsoni was here for the first FA Cup final at New Wembley between United and Chelsea. It was a miserable spectacle. Doubt Mourinho will complain if he ends up on the winning side again. Doubt United fans will either. Today is all about the result. Style can go out of the window. 1516 He told Football Focus, "I'm not going to judge my team, my players, my work on winning or not winning the FA Cup. It's not going to make me think any different. But look at it in a more pragmatic way, and yes, if you manage to win the FA Cup and finish runner-up in Premier League, you can say it's been a good season." 1507 Samuel Luckhurst If Rashford does replace Lukaku, then United will be counting on his top 6 record. He has netted winners against City, Chelsea and Liverpool, as well as 2 goals against Arsenal on his debut. His performance at home to Chelsea last year was one of his best in a United shirt, and their back 3 could not cope with his pace. Lingard partnered Rashford that day and may have to occupy a solely central role today. 15:00:14:52 The team leak suggestion is Lukaku will miss out on a place in the starting 11, but his shirt is still hanging in the dressing room. 1447 Kieran Kelly Jose Mourinho has never shied away from a bold tactical move when he has faced Chelsea. 4-4-2-3-5-2 and 4-3-3 have all been used against his former employers in the last 12 months, and goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois is expecting a surprise from his ex-manager. Even if Romelu Lukaku does not make it, it would be a huge shock to not see United line up with a 4-3-3 with Marcus Rashford up top. The United boss appeared to be readying a plan B against West Ham when Alexis Sanchez and Jesse Lingard were paired in a 3-5-2 formation. It was the first time United had started with that system in 2018, but a radical change in formation may be a step too far as Mourinho counts on one of those big game performances from Rashford. 1444 It will be an emotional day for the Wilkins family. 1441 Samuel Luckhurst The leaked United team features one change from the FA Cup semi-final 11, so, as many suspected, the final team would have been the same as the one against Tottenham, only it sounds as though Lukaku has not made it and Rashford could get the nod in his absence. 1437, even there's an early league team doing the rounds. It's worth remembering there are often mistakes in league teams, but this one could make sense with the earlier news. Lukaku is set out on a place in the starting 11. De Gea, Valencia, Jones, Smalling, Young, Herrera, Matic, Pogba, Lingard, Rashford, Sanchez. 1431, he definitely would have been in the stands this afternoon. 1419, Ferdinand's gone behind the scenes. 1419, Football Focus are currently sat in the dressing room where the shirts are already hanging up ahead of this evening's game. Fellaini, Valencia, Bailey, Jones and De Gea's shirts are all hanging in the home dressing room. There's no suggestion over team news from the dressing room as the whole squad's shirts appear to be hanging up. 14 to 1014, 09, Mourinho to Football Focus. I don't like the morning, I don't like the breakfast, I don't like the lunch, I like absolutely nothing. The only thing I like is the match. 1400, he posted a video of United fans chanting his name on the way down. 1347, KEY event. David De Gea will start today. Romelu Lukaku is a doubt, but United will leave it as late as possible to make a decision on his fitness. Anthony Martial is fit and available. Possible United 11, De Gea, Valencia, Jones, Smalling, Young, Matic, Herrera, Pogba, Lingard, Sanchez, Lukaku.